What's up, you guys? I'm aMAYSing, and this is aMAYSing Metalworks. Please like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to get the numbers up. But tonight is just to touch bases and to share a little information to you guys. Me and Aaron haven't done Tech Talk Tuesday in two weeks, 2 Tuesdays. But we will be live tomorrow night for Tech Talk Tuesday. It is June 24th, 24. But we will be live tomorrow night for Tech Talk Tuesday. I'm sorry we didn't do it the past 2 Tuesdays, but we've had a lot going on with our life and trying to get things situated. It's been real busy. So tonight I have my Model A. One of the episodes we talked about it. This is my dream car. I always wanted a Model A, not so much a Model A original like this, but I wanted a hot rod. This car I bought about a month or so, or 2 months ago. Bought it, really nice car. Didn't want to do nothing to it because it was so perfect. The interior, the rumble seat, running car. I ended up driving it down the road for the first time, and it had kind of a knock, so I ended up deciding to check the timing on it. Well, I noticed I had a water leak, and the car, I got it from an estate sale. It's a 1930 Ford Model A. I got it from an estate sale, and there was a water pump in the back, so I was thinking that maybe the owner, before they passed away, was planning on putting a new water pump in it. So I drove it down the road, and it had a little knock in it, and I got back and I was like, well, let me try and set the timing. So I checked the timing. The timing was off. I reset the timing. I ended up getting the water pump. I started taking it apart. Well, to be able to get the water pump out, I ended up having to, I'll grab the camera and I'll go over here and show you guys. I had to basically take the front end apart. To get the water pump out, I had to remove the radiator, and I had to lean it out, and it still wouldn't come out because it was hitting the light bar. So I removed the light bar. This is after I removed the hood piece, which wasn't nothing but 2 bolts, and then it just shifted out. Ended up taking off the front bumper and started working on the car. Well, ends up, get this camera back adjusted. Got all that off, pulled the water pump out, went down to Mike's Affordable in Maysville, checked their place out. Was going to buy a gasket. The gasket for the water pump was like 80 cents. They had a full gasket set for like $58. So it's like, let me get the full gasket set, and I'll go ahead, since I got so much of the front end apart, I will go ahead and start putting the gaskets on so that I can tell where it's leaking. Because if anybody that has ever owned a Model A know that they leak everywhere. If they're not leaking, then that means it's empty. But anyways, I bought all the gaskets, and I came back. I started pulling the covers off. I guess it would be a valve cover. Pulled the timing cover where the timing gear was. Checked the timing gear. Carried that stuff over to the blast cabinet. Blasted it all. Was going to repaint it and clean the motor up and paint all that. Well, I dropped the oil pan, and when I dropped the oil pan, it was full of Babbitt. The bearings in the engines in this, it had the original engine. The bearings in it are Babbitt, and they were shot. I didn't know. I was like, well, the motor looks really good. So I went ahead and pulled the motor. Well, when I pulled the motor, I took one of the caps off of the rod, off one of the rods, and it looked great. I was like, well, maybe that Babbitt's just in there or something, overflow. My dad was like, it's probably just overflow or something. I was like, I don't know why they would have left it in the pan and put it back together. So I went up to my dad's, I carried the engine up there, and we went over, and a guy gave me another Model A engine. I pulled it apart, and it's kind of in the same boat. The block on it's actually better. I had found a spot that was cracked on where the valve cover goes on one of the bolts. I think they put a bolt in it that was too long, and it bottomed out, and it busted the back out of some of them, and then one of them it completely busted it off. So I was like, well, that'll probably never seal, but I was like, that's an easy fix. Well, I got the other engine, and the other engine was kind of in the same boat, needed rebuilding. My dad's like, well, you can rebuild it and keep the car like it is. I toyed with that idea, but then I got to thinking, you know, if I'm going to spend $5 grand that I ain't got to rebuild the engine, then I'm going to go ahead and buy what I want to go in it, which is a flathead V8. So I found a flathead V8. I'll take you guys over here and show it to you. I bought this flathead V8 for $200 with the transmission. It's all the parts. I've done took it apart just to check it out. Bought it, flathead V8. It's out of a 41, and this is a year specific block because of, they say that this intake section is raised, but actually the intake section, the shoulders are lowered, so the sides lowered. This is still the same height as the other blocks, the 40, 42, whatever. So I heard this is a 1 year block. It came out of a 41 Ford Coupe. I got the transmission. I'm not sure if anybody's ever built any hot rods using one of these transmissions, and it is a column shift. So I'm going to try to figure out how to make it a floor shift. Going to see what I can do, if I can come up with something. I might have 2 shifters. I don't know. It's going to be crazy. But the block, the guy told me, was locked up. He said that it would be good for rebuilding. I brought it here and I took the heads off. Everything looked good. The cylinders look good. It's a little dusty in there right now, but that's cause you can see dust. I was outside with it and had the air nozzle blowing all the ports and blowing all the rust out of the water jackets. Down inside of here is good. No buildup, nothing. If I have my flashlight, which I will go get, I don't know where I put it, but this is what the Model A looks like now. I thought I had it inside. I don't see it. I don't know what I did with my light, but oh, it's over here on my toolbox. So inside the cylinders looks good. You can tell the dust. No real buildup on the tops of the pistons. Down in there is kind of dusty right now, but you can see there's no buildup. So this engine has this tag on it that is a Rogers remanufactured engine. The job number, cylinder standard, main 10 and rod 10. So this engine was rebuilt, and as far as I can determine from that tag, that company was around in the 60s. So I'm guessing this engine was rebuilt in the 60s. So this engine's probably really good. Underneath it looks really good. So I'm probably just going to change out the oil pump, and get some accessories, flathead, the aluminum heads, an aluminum intake, and I'm going to hot rod it. Another thing that was going to determine, I know it's probably going to drive a bunch of people crazy that are fanatics over these cars, because this car looks super awesome, looks really, really great. Everything's there, all steel, so I mean, really, really good. The inside, grab that flashlight, I set down. I've got the seat and the floor and stuff out right now, so, but the inside, original interior, there's some tape down that side over there holding the panels. Everything still worked on it. Horn, wipers, everything, choke, this side, and adjustable seat. There's wood that goes in there. For those that don't know, there's 2 panels of wood that go in it, and there's the clutch and the brake pedal. So I decided that it's like, man, it's really, really nice. I don't want to cut it up. So earlier, when I was thinking about hot rodding it, my idea, instead of cutting it up really bad, I was just going to leave it the color it is. I was going to put a drop front axle on it, keep that axle. I was just going to store it up on top of the thing over there. Drop front axle with some steel wheels from like 32, 33 Ford, and then on the back a different rear end, because this rear end I don't think will hold up to the V8. A different rear end, not modern, but somewhere 30s, 40s, because I wanted to make it era specific. Was probably going to lose the rear spare tire, and I was going to take those wheels off and do steel wheels on the back. Now, to hot rod and lower it, you have to notch, if I can do this without the with the light. It's oh, I can't get the light in a spot. All right, to be able to hot rod it, they usually cut a knot, a loop up in here to allow the rear end to travel up in there higher. So I looked at this and it's pretty solid, but then I got to feeling it and I'm like, this thing feels funny. I was like, it feels funny, and then it underneath it's solid across. So tonight I decided, and I should have started filming, because I want to do this whole car on my channel. That's the rear seats and the rear panels. That's the floor mat from the rear floorboard. This is the back, like, deck filler package tray panel. But anyways, rumble seat, deck lid is awesome, looks awesome, floor looks solid, everything looks really, really solid. But then you get to looking and you can see the bottom, they torched it off. So it's been torched off. I'm not sure how far it goes up there, but on this side you can see they torched out the frame here, they torched out the wheelhouse all the way across. So I said that if the car was rotted or something was wrong with it, then I was just gonna hot rod it. Meaning I was gonna chop the top and everything. So this answered my question. Since I found this stuff rotted in here and that stuff missing, I am going to pull this cab off. I'm going to take the fenders off, running boards, front fenders, the wheels, the frame out from under it, and I am going to build it into a traditional hot rod from 40s, 50s, maybe somewhere 40s, 50s. I'm gonna make it the car that I want. It's gonna have a chop top, not too crazy, maybe 2.5, 3 inches. I'm hoping I'm gonna be able to do all this on the channel. I'm also going to attempt to cut the glass myself. I'm not gonna have to cut the two driver's door, the driver and passenger door, but I will have to cut the windshield down. I will have to cut the rear window and the side windows. So that's my plans. I plan on doing this on the channel. Even though Tech Talk Tuesday is the 69 Camaro over here, which we will continue building on Tech Talk Tuesday until I'm done with it. Once we're done with that, then we'll pick up with this car. But until then, I'll probably just be filming this when I build it on the weekends and work on it on the weekends until that car gets done. And when it gets done, then I will be going live working on the Model A, unless I should wait and go live and do the Model A all live after I get done with the 69 Camaro full build, which is for sale still. We have a lot of cars in the house. This is a square body that is it's all brand new, everything, very first one, it's all new. And we have a Cuda, and we have another 69 Camaro full build. This is a 69 Charger full build, and this is a Cuda convertible, basically full build, because there wasn't really much left, but this car is getting built. And this is the sneak peek. This is our Graveyard Carz. This is Mark Warman's Phantom Cuda 2.0, I guess is what he's calling it. We will be filming on it tomorrow of it arriving, even though it's already here. We will be filming the arrival. AMD will be bringing in all their parts. So this is Phantom Cuda 2.0. This is the one that we will be on TV building. So here it is, a little sneak peek of it while we talk about more important things, the Model A. But anyways, I just wanted to fill you guys in. I'm gonna stick the camera back over here and talk with you for a second. So let me know your thoughts. Let me hear from everybody that says don't cut it up, don't do it, whatever. I might listen, but anyways, I think the car is not really going to be a big, I'll never sell it, so it's not like I'm trying to get my money back and this is what I want. I can't really fund building it. I wish the Camaro would sell so that it could help me fund it, but until then, I'm just going to work on this. I'm going to do the body work. I'm going to do whatever metal on there. I'm going to replace whatever metal pieces need to be done. Do the top chopping, the glass. Probably going to stick with the factory interior. I like it. I might fix some stuff, but I think I'm going to keep the original interior. Like I say, I want this car to look like it was a 30s model and somebody came home and from the war and built a hot rod out of it, and that's just me. Not sure if I want to go with fenders or fenderless. Not 100% sure. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Fenders, no fenders, what tires, what intake, what it's a 24 stud, what heads, valve covers, whatever you want to call them, heads. But I've messaged a guy that I know that has some of those parts, and I'm hoping I can get them really, really cheap, because I don't have the money to build this thing. I don't have the money to go out and buy none of the new stuff, and I dang sure ain't got the money to go out and buy the original old stuff, even though that's what I would like. So if anybody has any of that stuff laying around or knows of some, let me know. I'd be interested. I'm not sure on price stuff. Bought the car thinking that this car was going to be one that I could just relax, go enjoy the car shows, and that's it, and then build my 41 Plymouth. But it turns out that this car ended up with these problems, so it's not going to be a drive to the car show car right now while I work on the 41 Plymouth. This is going to be my new project. This is the one I'm going to build. Once I get it done, then I'll move on to the 41. Anyways, I love you guys, and I appreciate all your support. I appreciate all the people that tune in, that like, share. It's a great community, and I want to offer more. I do preach a lot for those that are new. Talk about God, because God gave me the talents to be able to do the things that I do, and He could take them from me at any moment. If He took it, I'd still glorify Him no matter what. If it wasn't for Him, I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't have the things that I have. So I guess that about sums it up. I should get home and do some chores, some farm chores and stuff. But just let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, and stay tuned, and we will get back, and I will see you guys, if you're seeing this today, the 24th of June, I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you. God bless you, and see you tomorrow. Good night.